statement. Preach the Word. And I remember in the vision, or the little translation as I would call it, recently, where I was taken and saw those people and looked back to myself and all those millions there. And I said, I want to see Jesus. And he said, He's higher. Well, see, when people die, they don't immediately go up with God. Now, I'm sure you'll understand that. Maybe I'll explain it the best that I can. Are you in a hurry now? No. Let's take our time and try to make it just as clear as I can. Now, when we come along, we remember that we live here in 3 dimensions. And I don't know whether I can name them or not. One of them is light, and the other is matter. Tommy, you remember what the third is? Huh? Adam? Time. Right. Now, light, matter, and time. And our 5 senses contact them dimensions. Our sight contacts light, our feeling contacts matters, and so forth. Now, but we have contact through science, the 4th dimension, as it was. Because coming right through this building now comes pictures, voices of radio, pictures on television, that our senses does not contact that. But yet they have a tube or a crystal that picks up those ether waves and manifests them. So you see, right in this building now is live actions of people in the air, live voices. They're here, we know it. They're absolutely the truth. And the only thing you do is they catch it on. I don't understand the mechanics of those things that science has invented, but we know that it proves to us there is a 4th dimension. Now, the 5th dimension is where the sinner, the unbeliever, dies and goes to. The 5th dimension is the kind of the horrible dimension. Now, this man, when a Christian dies, he goes into the 6th dimension. And God is in the 7th dimension. Now, then you see the Christian, when he dies, he goes under the altar of God, right into the presence of God, under the altar, and he's at rest. To break it down, when a man has a nightmare, he's not altogether asleep. Neither is he awake. He's between sleep and awake, and that's what makes him have a horrible shaking and screaming, because he's not asleep, he's not awake. And to take that shows where a man goes when he dies unconverted. He's lived his time up, he's dead on earth, and he cannot go in the presence of God because he's not fit to go there without the blood, and he's caught. He cannot come back to earth because his time's finished here on earth, and he's caught between, and he's in a nightmare. See? He can't go in the presence of God to rest. He can't come to earth because his time's up. He's in a nightmare, and there he stays until the day of the judgment. A horrible thing to be in. See? And now, in this vision, I believe I was caught to that 6th dimension, looking back down here, and could see back. See, the sight isn't exactly with the eyes, that's earthly, but sight is a greater thing than the sight that they have there. Their contact is far beyond any contact that our natural senses would contact. Here some time ago I was explaining, I was looking at a television picture where they let a man down, I think 2 miles or a mile deep in the ocean, and they had ray lights that went out. They're showing marine life. And there come fish by, that horrible looking creatures, that it's midnight ink black down there, and they had phosphorus on their nose, and they had no eyes. Now they have to be fed, so it looked like to find their food, they were guided with another sense, not sight, because they didn't have eyes, couldn't use them down there. But they were guided with another sense that they could contact their food. And I thought, if I could have control of that little fish,